Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going today? John here. What if I could scroll soft portrait design at Woodworks? What are you guys all up to? Welcome in my subs and my members. How's everybody doing today? Um, this morning, if you join me, we had a quick bingo and started working on a rose pattern that Crafty Annie, wanted me to do up. This is what I got done so far. Got a backer, got background, and I'm starting to cut out the first layer for it here. It's going to end up being like 4 layers. And this is what it's going to look like. There you go. When it's done. But, it's a work in progress, so we'll see how much we get done today. And we'll see what's going on. Joining me on the panel today, though, it varies every day. It varies all the time. We got Herb. Hey, Herb, how's it going?
It's going slowly but surely.
Yep. I heard you're working on some patterns as well.
I'm always working on something.
Always working on something. Well, it's good though. It keeps you out of trouble, doesn't it?
I get in more trouble sitting in this wheelchair in front of the desk than I do anywhere else.
That's only because you got access to the internet.
No, I got it. I got the wife behind me.
Oh. And also on the panel with us, we got Greg. Hey, Greg.
Afternoon, John.
Show me your fancy models that you 3D printed that you're working on. I want to see those.
Well, here's the wheel on a painting stick right now, and that's the frame of the mini bike, and the seat of the mini bike. And I got fenders and forks here somewhere.
So you did all that on your 3D printer. What do you got? You got an Ender?
No, it's well, they pronounce it different ways. It's QIDI, and I pronounce it a Kidi, but somebody will say Cheedy. A Cheedy Pro 1X Pro. I don't know, something one. It's a lower end one, but it's completely enclosed, so you can print many more different filaments that you need an enclosure for to keep the heat up, so your print doesn't warp while you're still printing and it doesn't come off the board.
Okay. I just typed in QIDI and it comes up with plus 4 3D, Q1 Pro, a Tech X Max.
Q1 Pro is one I got.
Q1 Pro. Oh, that's a nice little 3D printer, eh?
Yeah. The price was really, I thought, great. It was $590 something Canadian delivered to the door. And that was no taxes that I saw me pay. I had a printer 10 years ago, and it was a knockoff of a Prusa, Prusa, from out of Czechoslovakia or something like that. And well, it was 10 years ago. Basically, it squirted out a few things, but it was never much good, and it was a annoyance, right? And I think I paid $320 for that thing, and so it just sat in the basement. I never bothered with it anymore. But just talking to friends and this kind of stuff and seeing what people are printing, and I was quite amazed at the quality of the prints. And sure enough, I buy this thing and in there out of the box. Fantastic, I think. I made a...
Those are illegal, you know that, right?
No, can't be. It's comb. I think it's comb. Or toothpick.
Toothpick.
Yeah, Texas toothpick.
Yep.
Full auto calibration, 2245 by 245 by 240, 60 degree active chamber heating, all around performance right out of the box.
Mm-hmm. What it doesn't have and I'm not too worried
Nice.
about it now, is it doesn't have multicolor. Like some of them
Okay.
you get over, $1,200 or whatever, you can put 3 different color filaments in there and it'll change the filament halfway through. And if you wanted a certain layer to be one color, and then yeah, this one you'd have to pause the print, change your filament, and go again. So that'd be completely manual. But I didn't even know if I really wanted one, but I just thought, that's it, I'm going to get one, see what I do, and I've been having great
Okay.
fun with it.
Okay,
Hello,
so it's
JJ.
$5.89 regular price. It's on sale for $4.19 right now. Plus an additional 30% off, plus another 5% or $3 off, plus another 5% because I'm a new subscriber to their emailing list.
Is that American price or Canadian?
No, that's Canadian. I got to set on Canadian price.
Well, it's cheaper than I paid. So that's a hell of a good deal, really. I don't know that you need one, but geez, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
I got $30. It was like $6.25, and I got $30 off or something like that. And
so $32 for a filament, dual-sided PEI plates, $36. Hot 10 silicone sock protector, $8, and bimetal nozzles. Oh yeah. Did you have a problem with your nozzles clogging up?
Not yet.
Okay. But nozzles are only $30 anyway. But I know you can just clean those out with acetone anyway. I saw a video on it the other day.
Yeah, and I got it. It comes with a little wee skinny needle to poke it through.
Unclog it.
Yeah. I've been running all kinds of different silicone filament. Well, not all different kinds, but I bought all different kinds. I bought some cutie original type stuff, but I'm buying just some generic, and it works good.
Get 5% off your first order. High five.
Okay, yeah. Now I know they keep sending me emails. Oh, you get so many dollars off this and that. I can go back but I just haven't been buying anything else lately. Like I guess I could buy filament off them, but I just been going on Amazon and buying filament. This is the most common PLA, which stands for polylactic acid. I think and it is plant-based. It is made from sugarcane byproducts. Yeah. You could have fooled me. And this is PETG, PETG. And it's semi-plant-based, I guess, but it's got some whatever things. I made a sunglasses holder, one version, and then I ended up making a different one to fit my sunglasses. But you just put it on the dash with alien tape, and then you flip your glasses off, and it holds your glasses, right? But you go on to what is Thingiverse, and there's a couple other ones, and you don't even have to design your own stuff. You just print what these other people have posted. That's where this little model of a motorcycle come from.
Yeah.
And I went in, I printed Barbie stuff for my granddaughter.
Okay, so I just put all my information in, shipping. So I put all my information in, so including shipping to my door with a 5% discount is $5.59.
That
Canadian.
That's $50 cheaper than me, basically. That what I paid for. Oh, I guess it'd be a month and a couple of weeks ago, month and a half ago.
Cool. So can you print yarn bowls with those? Yeah, you can. I'm not getting one, though.
Anything you can think of. And then you go into Tinkercad and you make up your own stuff and you design with that CAD program, which is online and free.
JJ says, so you can eat it if you're hungry enough. If you're hungry enough, I suppose it's sugar cane. No, it's sugar cane byproduct.
Yeah,
Oh, you get a lot of
byproduct.
fiber. A lot of fiber in there, though, right?
Yeah. Go down to the Midwestern Fiber Festival.
Yeah. Let me just say hey to everybody in the chat out here. Okay, Larry. Hey, Larry, how's it going?
Larry.
And Herb's already here. Good afternoon, Jeanette. How are you doing?
Oh, Jeanette.
Tammy's joining us. JJ's here, of course. Got to throw his jokes in there.
Hey, Jim.
Tracy's here. Hey, Tracy. How's it going? How's it going, Tracy? And yeah, so yes, you can. You can print anything you got. Oh, you got your mom one made by Mr. Yarndall, Jerry Brown, over at Don Yarndall. Yep. I know he was. After he started getting into after he got into yarning, I know he got into doing his 3D printing stuff. Well, because he was 3D printing before he moved out there anyway. And I know he started when he got into the yarn stuff. I know he started doing yarn bowls and hook holders and all kinds of 3D print stuff. I know he's got. I know he's got like probably 6 or 7 items on his Etsy site. I think right now as it is.
It's a great addition to something like, guys have laser cutters or whatever you want to call them and that stuff, and CNC machines and all that, and they all kind of work together. Some do some things really good, other things can kind of almost do it, but if you're into all types of crafts or this or that, just another tool.
Why can't I change?
Oh. Come on, change colors.
But I know I was at Michael's the other day, and I noticed Michael's Hooks and Loops has a lot of Loops and Threads has a lot of inventory in their Michael stock right now. But I can make yarn bowls out of wood. That's not on my scroll saw because I don't have a lathe. No lathe, no laser, no 3D printer, no CNC router. Everything's all done by hand. But I can make bowls. As an example, there's one right there. There's a bowl right there, right? It's not that hard to design a bowl, make it on a scroll saw, sand it down, and put your little yarn holder on the side there for it. Not that hard to design and make up.
No, I was thinking about designing some bowls.
See, nobody's ever asked me. Well, so when I started into the yarning side of stuff, I was going to design yarn holders, yarn bowls, crochet hook holders, all kinds of stuff that I was going to use for myself. So I got a Swift. I was actually going to make some because I have a Swift. I was going to actually get to design my own Swifts from the one I have right now. Because I got a yarn ball winder now, I was going to design one off of those, like using those as basic concept, like pre-concepts, so I can design them for other people to customize them for what they want, like for their use as well. Like put the winder on a different angle and have your feed line up in a different spot, because to me it just seems awkward the way it is. I know they're mass produced in India and stuff like that, but and like with Swift itself too, yeah, you can get the regular umbrella and stuff, but I find it needs more gears in it. It needs like different gearing in it. It needs something different in it just to make them more usable for us. Staying right. And a bowl's a bowl, right? You can use a pop bottle. Like if you use a 2-liter pop bottle, just cut the top off and have your yarn come out the top of it. You use a coffee tin. You can use, basically stuff you have laying around the house. But, to design one, to customize one, there wouldn't be, and I could do that. Could you make me one with my page name on it? Yeah, I can. Yes, I can.
You can do anything you sit
But that's
down,
custom.
And custom stuff
Yeah.
always costs money.
Custom.
But because she's in Canada,
Oh wow, there's a discount then.
it doesn't cost as much. How much? I'd have to make one first, and then I could price it off of that because I haven't made one yet. I could price it off of that. Though. I have to make one first. 'Cause I know I got to make I still got to make that salad bowl for myself. I got to make a salad bowl and 2 bowls out of this nice piece of walnut I got for my son. So let me make that first. So I got to change my table so I can adjust my back on it. So I got to change my table first. So the back of my table, I have to cut a slot out here to allow for my motor to go down. And this side as well. I got to cut this side as well. Right there, I got to cut this side as well so that I can actually tilt my head on my table more to get a 32 degree, I believe it is, 32 or 42 degree angle. I think it is. Let me look this. That's exactly what angle I need.
32.
Dizzy Bowl 20. I know it's not that difficult to make them. It's just a matter of just doing it, though.
Back to the drawing board.
Getting started making the blank, squaring it up, get your circle. Okay, what angle do you 22 degrees. Yeah, so use a 22 degree angle. Oh, and a 19 degree angle. Yeah, 22 degree angle. No. Oh my god, what is he doing here? So 19 degree angle for the first row, 22 for the second, 28 for the third, 34 degree for the fourth, and 40 degree for the fifth. Why would you keep? I would just keep the angle the same. But I'll do one up first. Larry says, I think I'm going to go a different direction for my pen box. I'm about to find something else to do, but not crocheting. Why not, Larry? Okay, Tammy, let me write this down. So Tammy wants a yarn bowl. Tammy's crochet corner yarn bowl. How big a hand do you want? Like how big a skein do you want it in? Do you want like a big enough for a cake? Like big enough for a 5-ounce ball, an 8-ounce ball? Like I can make one big enough to hold a big like a
What I just do.
a 7-ounce ball if you want. Bigger it is, the more wood it's going to take, though. That's all. Let me just make a. Let me make one first, and I'll figure out what I need. I'll figure out the sizing after that. Let me make one first. Especially when I don't drive and know how. Yeah, I know, Larry.
Freaking kill me.
Okay, Tammy, let me make one first, and I'll figure out sizings after that. You want just Tammy's crochet corner onto it? Like I can do like an overlay onto it. That would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, I'll do an overlay on it. You want just Tammy's crochet corner on it?
On a Jonathan.
That'd be Jonathan. I know it won't be. It won't be overly expensive. You know, it'll be economical. But Greg frozen again?
I think so.
No.
No, your video's frozen though. Oh, there you go. I see you. You're moving.
Oh. I got to run a hard line. I had one out to the shop here, but I cut it with a weed whacker.
Oh. I thought you had one out there though.
Dang weed eaters.
Yeah. So I got a snake that I got the new cable sitting here. I got to snake it through using the old one for a fish tape and get my buddy over that can put what do they call them? R something or other, RG something or other connectors on the end. He used to work for the telephone company. He's got all the equipment.
Well, I know I got a box of Cat 5 connectors at work. We run Cat 5 for our digital boards all the time, so I'm always dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
'Cause I'm thinking about actually just, well, I'm gonna get see how much it's gonna cost to either run a line out here from inside. So I got my own dedicated line out here. Number one, get a second router out here, or just run a line directly from inside, and I'll just put it inside PEX. Just bury it like a foot in the ground or whatever, right?
When I did it, I put it in what they call poly hose. You know,
Oh yeah,
usually
yeah. I use that at work all the time too.
I put it in 3/4 inch poly hose.
How'd you cut it? You didn't bury it then, obviously.
I bury it all the way up to come up to the foundation, and then I had a about 6 or 4 inches before it went through into the shop, right? And well, that's where I snipped it.
Nice. Right. That's funny.
Self-inflicted, and then you know swear at yourself or at anybody around you.
Yep. Yeah, because it's always somebody else's fault that you did it yourself.
You bet.
That weed eater had a mind of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Man, I know I got like 5 freaking.
They run fiber optic cable into my house from the road, and those lazy bums, I don't think they put it down 7 inches, and it's naked, like just.
Oh, Jeanette, what happened? Aren't you supposed to be in a wheelchair? Jeanette says she just fell.
Oh,
I hope you're okay. I hope you didn't injure yourself too much.
No.
Yeah, Tammy will be on tonight because I got my regular Monday crochet show will be on.
Monday.
Not the Monday crochet show.
Yeah, well, today's my Monday wood show because it's a holiday, right? But yes, I'll be doing my regular Monday crochet show tonight. You tried to walk on your own. Jeanette, I hope you're okay though. Like, did you call somebody for help? Do you need help with anything? Let us know.
Yeah. Don't be falling down. We don't heal like we used to.
And we hurt a lot easier.
Well, I know. So I know they tried to get her in a wheelchair, and I don't think you have a walker though, right? But I think you should get a walker just for around the house at least. One of those walkers that you can actually sit in the front side of it. You got one of those, don't you, Herb?
Yeah, I got one. I tried to use it the other night, but I decided right quick I was setting my ass back down in the recliner.
Yeah, Jeanette, don't get injured. I'll have to send somebody over there. I'll get Jessica to call you and yell at you for a bit if you want.
Send Annie. Annie's closer.
Yeah, but Jessica will actually yell at her and tell her not what to do. Annie will probably go over there and try and help you, but if she can.
I knew Jessica was a meanie.
She is mean. Yelling at the old people.
Oh, hey, Annie can be kind of mean too, if she wants to be.
I don't think
She
she'd be
certainly
mean
is to me.
I don't think she'd be mean to Jeanette though.
No, you got to look at from where it's coming from or going
Yeah,
to.
yeah. But it's love. I'm yelling at you. I'm yelling at you out of love, right?
Yeah.
That would be her excuse.
Why? We can
Right.
talk about her when she's not here. Hope she's not lurking.
Exactly.
Oh, if she was lurking, she would done said something.
Well, it says we got 7 people watching, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet Adele's one of them.
Hello, Adele, if you're lurking.
Jeanette, Adele always lurks.
Let Art on the keyboard once in a while.
That's funny.
Art's too busy building up stock.
Yep. That's one dedicated scroller, that man.
Well, I know
Yeah.
he's still prepping for all his craft shows he's going to though.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about Texas. Give it a weekend, there's a craft show somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he sent me a project. I couldn't do it. It's too damn hard. I gave up on it.
He sent you a project that was too hard.
Yeah.
How's that work? This doesn't sound like something you'd give up on.
Well, he wanted me to put a name and a couple of animals.
Oh yeah, I
His
remember that.
puzzles. It's just I cannot get the font right. I couldn't get it to line up right. I had to meet I had to say defeat.
Talking about not getting the font right, I wanted to make like key tags or jacket pulls for my grandkids. So I'm on this Tinkercad, and they got these shapes that you start with and that kind of stuff. Then they have it's letters and numbers or letters and symbols, something like that. So I go through there and I'm spelling out my grandson's name, Maverick. I get to the I, there's no I. I look all over, there's no I. What the hell am I gonna do? So I try and make so, well, I'll use a 1, maybe that'll work, right? Well, you're trying to get it the right size because the numbers are different sizes than the letters, and you're playing around, and I get so far, and I just get frustrated. While I look down another sub menu or side menu or something, and it's got text. Oh, gee, and all I have to do is type in. After I spent a half an hour or better trying to, doing one letter at a time and lining them up and spacing them all nice. And,
Yeah.
oh, what you don't know, eh?
Yeah, they're just trying to get all the curvature right on them. It just drove me.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure there's a ruler function and a line function on there too, eh?
Somewhere there probably is but like myself, I never go that far until you really need it. Then I go on YouTube University and type in what I need, and I usually find something good.
Desktop. What am I looking for?
There's one thing I'll be careful when I make dinner. Well, yeah, hopefully. So Jeanette, you're gonna be bruised. You're gonna be sore. Like, was it did you land on your hip or your arm or what? Like, what happened? Did your legs just go out from underneath you? You gotta be careful. I'm not gonna call you old girl. I'm just gonna say you gotta be careful there. All right, let's do some more cut. Oh, your arm. You fell on your arm. Oh, that means your crochet career is over now. Oh, see, now you have to rely on us. Now you gotta be nice to us to finish off your hats. You have to be nice to me now, Jeanette, no matter how mean I am to you. Well, I'll be sure to pass the information on to everybody. What is going on here?
I'm gonna have all the bills. Still on my arm.
Somebody's at the door.
No, it just reminds me, I have a physical therapy coming up.
When is that happening?
Monday.
That's today.
Monday. Yes, today. Next Monday.
No, next Monday.
Okay. Well, as long as it's not Monday past, it's Monday
No,
next.
wait a minute. I'm wrong. It's the 21st.
Well, thank you, Jeanette. I appreciate that.
And then we're having laser surgery on the 22nd. And then surgery on the throat on the 4th, the 11th. It's hell getting old.
Boy, they're sure going to be cutting into you, Herb. Is there going to be anything left?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, best of luck with it.
Told Pam, I said, if I don't come out of surgery, guess what? I'm coming back haunting all you some bitches. Of course, the only ones around here would miss me would be the two cats.
Well, the dogs too. Somebody has to take them out.
Somebody has to feed them. That's why what they'll miss.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the cats miss me because they ain't getting their treats when they want them. And that's said, you've always been nice to her. What happened? Damn it. I didn't want to close that out. Now I'm about to restart. Crap.
Must be doing something wrong if I'm being nice to you, Jeanette. Not my nature.
You idiot.
Why? What did I do?
No.
I was just gonna say that. That's my line.
I X'd out of something and I forgot to save it.
Oh, that's annoying. It's
Yes,
like
it
me.
is.
It's like me opening my garage door with my phone app, right? And so I open it, and then I go and I click, and it's closing. No, and I gotta
No,
wait till it closes. But it's got to do its safety thing, so it sits there and blinks and beeps and that for I don't know 20 seconds before it closes. Then you gotta wait till it closes. Then you gotta then go and open it again.
Back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, well, back to the drawing board.
Oh, those nurses can be hard on a person, Jeanette. I know I got 2 nurses for blisters, sisters. And they're hard on me all the time.
Family's the worst.
I'll be right back.
And you know what? They know everything because they're nurses.
Of course they did. Don't hear them bad mouthing you though. That's right. Don't let them hear you bad mouthing them.
No.
Every time I hear rattle cans, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you painting wood?
He's over huffing him.
Huffing it, yeah.
I'm painting what did I say it was? Sugarcane.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I gotta take a picture of something. Jeanette says, me with 4-stage cancer, I think I'm fragile. I think I'm willing to prove them wrong. Well, yeah, you can prove them wrong all you want, but the thing is, you still got to be careful with what you do.
Yep.
Yep. And then they got me a bottle of water and yogurt. I love yogurt, but I'm getting sick of it.
Yogurt?
Yeah.
The absolute plain unsweetened yogurt you can have. I can choke down the the stuff with the fruit in the bottom, like sometimes it's blueberries or whatever.
Yeah, blueberry and strawberry is my favorite.
Hmm. My grandson, though, oh man, he liked his yo-yo. What do you want for breakfast? Yo-yo,
Yo-yo.
which was yogurt.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Jessica says missing some thumbs. I got my two. Well,
I got mine.
Hey, Jessica. I'm looking for.
How are you, darling?
Oh, excuse me. I'm back. Back to work.
What's that?
I guess I'm going back to work. Just give me a second. Just cut back. I gotta take some photos for Jane. She wants to see what some ideas for what she wants for her gift. Must be a hard day when you can spend it online.
It's a holiday.
Well, for us, for me
I
and
know.
you,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Herb's retired.
No, Herb's retarded.
No,
Now, Herb.
I didn't want to go that far, but
That's what Pam says I am.
Yeah. It's your turn next Monday, south of the 49th.
yeah.
It's just another day in paradise for me.
Well, I haven't had a day off since I retired.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to retire.
I
I didn't know I was going to retire this way.
just phoned my buddy there during the lunch hour, and I asked him if he was going to the motorcycle meeting. I'll pick you up, I says. And, oh, yeah, see you Tuesday. Then he phones me back. Are you sure you're going to the meeting? Because it's not for another week. I know I can't tell what day of the week it is, but now I can't even tell what week it is.
I know sometimes I gotta ask Pam, what day is it? She goes, it's today. Well, I know it's today.
John, what are you working on? I'm working on a rose that Annie asked me to make this morning. There's the rose right there. It's going to be layered. What we so big here? It's going to be a layered rose. So right now, I got 2 layers there right now. Shows you right there. 2 layers right now. I'm working on the 3rd layer for it, which will pretty much be outline of what you see here. Do a 4th layer. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, a 4th layer, which will be kind of the 2 rows, and then a 5th layer, which will be the center part of the rose. And then I'll sand it all down, and I'll use my pencil crayons on it. Oh, I was at Michael's the other day. I seen 144 set of Crayola crayon pencil crayons.
Oh wow, that's a big.
Yeah, like I didn't know Crayola made pencil crayons.
And you didn't get them?
No, they were expensive because they're Crayola brand. But I know they're just expensive as if I get Laurentian or Prismacolor. But they were all like 144 every Crayola color. Like it was, I cut open the box, I opened them up. I'm like, ooh, these are nice because they were all faded properly the way they're supposed to be, not just all jammed in there. So yeah, so I'm working on this, and then she wants it purple and yellow. Never seen a rose like that, but whatever. That's what she wants. But when I design custom work, I like to Johnify it. Everybody knows the word Johnify, which is put my signature of the way I work on the stuff. Oh, see, so I know you mentioned that the other day. I have a set of feathers actually. What did I do with them? I just had them. I just dug them out the other day. I have a set of feathers here. I'd like to find the other. I need to cut another set of these feathers though. I have a set of feathers I have put on my dream catcher. Oh, all here.
Maybe your feathers are on your roach clip hanging from your rear view mirror.
Yeah, that's where I put them.
Don't see that too much anymore.
No.
Hanging off the back of a cowboy hat. That was the big thing.
So I have a set of feathers like this. They used to hang from my. This set actually hang from my dad's rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's 3 of them in the set. They used to hang from my dad's rearview mirror, and I cut these out of aromatic cedar. So it actually smelled nice, but when you first put them in there, but the smell's gone now. But this one here,
like a little pine tree, eh?
Yeah. This one here. So this one here is actually part of a set of 3. I can't remember who designed this, but the 2nd and 3rd one beside this is actually a woman, Native American woman, on the 2nd one here, and the 3rd one I think is her child, and the 3 of them are set together.
Oh, cool!
And do you remember where this came from, Herb? Oh, he's muted right now. But I also have.
God, what, the feather?
Yeah. The Native American one. The one with the
I
Indian
think
in
you
it.
got it off the same place you got the knives.
No, no. This was
No?
an actual. No, this was an actual pattern I got. I'm pretty sure I have the pattern printed off somewhere, or I saved it somewhere. No, I know I saved it somewhere. I
Maybe
gotta find
Scroll
it.
Saw Village.
Maybe. Oh, it's Russ Beard, isn't it? I don't know why.
Oh yeah. I forgot about Russ Beard.
Rush just popped in my head. It's either Russ Beard or
Charles Hand.
maybe. But I have another one. I used to have like 4 of them in my shop here. It was basically an eagle. It was an eagle head with 2 eagles hanging off of it too. I could probably find a picture for you somewhere. I used to actually have it hanging up on my wall there.
Well, Joe ought to be happy that package went out the door a minute ago.
So you like this one here? Or you like these ones? I can cut you a set of these. I can cut you a set of another set. Let me find the pattern for this one. I'll cut you another set of this pattern here, and I know you'll like those. Now let me come. Let me. Do you like eagles as well? Like what kind of spirit animal is yours? What kind of spirit animal do you like? Joe likes bears.
Jeanette said those.
Ah, spilled my coffee.
Oh, call the cops.
My spirit animal's a skunk.
Skunk. A wolf. I like wolves. Well, Jeanette, since you want to see them, I'll just send them to you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to see them. I'll just show them. But I'll cut them and I'll send them to you. It'll be on a show regardless. So.
Oh. The wolf is my spirit, says Jeanette.
Well, Herb's got some nice wolf patterns, don't you, Herb?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Oh, did you ever finish up that corner wolf one, looking at the moon?
No.
You didn't figure out the angle, you didn't get them to match up properly, or?
Mm-mm. I put it on hold like the motorcycle.
No, okay.
I don't want a pickle, just want to ride my motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
I don't want to die, just want to ride my motorcycle. From Alice's restaurant. What was his name? Arlo Guthrie.
Oh.
But I do. What's that one? Let me pull up some pictures because I like to get sidetracked. Thank you, Jeanette. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's easy to sidetrack you.
Yeah,
Squirrel.
I do like cutting. I really do. Be on Facebook. Where's Facebook on here? No, it's taking too long to load up. I'll look for them after. But I know there was Charles has a nice set. Did Charles do that? The I think either Charles has a pattern or somebody else has a pattern of like Mount Rushmore, but done with American chiefs,
Charles.
Native American chiefs. Does Charles have that one, or did
Yeah,
Charles
the
hand do that
founding,
originally? Yeah,
the
founding
founding
fathers.
fathers.
Yeah, it's huge. It's big though. Like to have all the detail on that, I got to make it at least 4 foot wide, like 3 foot high at least.
Yeah, he changed one picture in it. He put Sitting Bull in there. Or Geronimo, I can't remember which one.
But Jeanette, what? Okay, you're Cherokee. I was just gonna ask. What tribe you belong to. I know I have a lot of. I got a lot of Native American portraits for Cree from up because there's a lot of Cree up here, from Blood, Frog, um, Beaver clans up here, tribes actually. So I do a lot of them for family actually, right?
I can't tell you. I don't even think I've done any Native Americans.
My native name is Talking Bull.
So I had a. I told the story before. So I had a native roommate at one time that how long did we live together? I think we lived together for 2 years, and then I moved out and I moved back in again, and for another year and a half. And his name was Randy Green. He's Cree from Fort St. John. He was drunk. He was drink. We were drinking one weekend, but we were on a ball team. We were drinking one weekend, and he said, "John, I got the perfect Indian name for you." I said, "What? What's that?" He goes, "Well, everybody has to have an Indian name if you're going to behave with an Indian." I said, "Okay, Randy, what is it?" So I'm going to call you Walking Eagle. I said, "Walking Eagle? Well, what does it mean? What does it stand for?" He goes, "Because you're too full of shit to fly." I'm like, thanks, Randy. I appreciate it. Yeah, we get along. We're really good buddies. Yeah, wooden teddy bear. So who did? That looks like Charles. Yeah, it is Charles. No, that looks like Charles's pattern right there. Doesn't that look like Charles's pattern right there?
I think so.
From wooden teddy bear.
What's the initials on the
Send it.
pattern number?
I don't. Well, without actually opening it up, it's just wooden teddy bear. Yeah. I'm pretty sure these are like because the detail in them. I'm pretty sure they're all Charles's from wooden teddy bear. Oh, Sam Studio. Whose name I was looking for. My Native American name is Little Wind. It stands for the 4 winds. There's 5 winds though, Jeanette. Did you know that?
No, it's 4 strong winds. Wasn't that the song?
There's east, north, south, and west wind, but there's also the little wind that comes from down below. That's why they called you Little Wind. Little Wind is the 5th wind. I know. See, I know a lot of the stuff I did for the native side of the family. I didn't take a lot of pictures of them. But I did a medicine wheel that I did up for what's that? Cornhole. A cornhole inlay that for our family reunion. I did my best wheel on that. It was really really nice. But I didn't take pictures of it because it was a family thing, right? um,
Took me a while to catch on what they're talking about with cornhole.
I know. Like, why would that's the weirdest name?
Yep.
It's gotta be a better name. Might just call it freaking beanbag toss. Come on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was another word for it, or another meaning for it. Where I come from.
Yeah, I know.
Same here. Oh no, it's a great corn, holy, holy, holy.
Oh, okay, Jeanette. How would you like something like that? I could do that for you. With the it says Cherokee prayer blessing. I could do that like a wall hang for you. All colored up like that. Would you like that? I could do that for you. It'd be my gift to you. All right. See that? That's how I come. That's how I come up with projects because people, it certain interests for certain people. I'll do things for. Because you've done so much for me, I would do that for you. Okay. I'll do it up. I'll even frame it and everything. What? John's gonna build a frame for something? Actually complete it? Oh my god. That's weird.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh man, I just ain't got no motivation to do nothing today. Maybe if I go over to Pixabay, I'll find something to get my motivation back.
I'm watching paint dry.
Literally.
I did that for many years.
Oh, Herb, does this bring back memories for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nightmares, maybe.
I use it as a pry bar to spread apart my wood to get the tape off.
And it sucks, you know, when I have old customers call me and want me to come do something. I got to tell them, nope, sorry, I can't do it anymore.
I know, it's the worst part, eh?
Can you recommend somebody? I could, but
You might not like it.
no. They're too slow in my opinion. I didn't cut nobody no slack. Ask Pam.
You fired her what, 3 times?
3 times
One day.
at her grandma's house. So this
At her
not
grandmother's.
I said, no, it's not your grandmother's house. Once you step foot today in the driveway, it's no longer your grandmother's house.
That's flying.
Your grandmother's not here. It's going through an attorney in Georgia. So, nope. All day long, I told her, I said, if the lead ever fell out of your pocket, you'd cut your ankles off.
Yeah, realizing you can't do what you once could so easily without even thinking about it. Helped my son yesterday with his outboard on his pontoon boat, and he had the lower unit off to replace the water pump, and so you got to put it back on. And I'm trying to tell him, okay, do this and this and this and this, and there's certain procedure. And I used to do them daily, like just sometimes 2, sometimes 10 in a day. And okay, now you got to line up the drive shaft, the shift shaft, and the water tube. And don't you dare tighten any bolts until you can shove that thing all the way up and no gap, because you'll snap the flange off, right? When it doesn't
Yep.
go in. But then it's a little bit, it's a lot newer than I used to work on, but same brand, Mercury. Well, it doesn't matter, Mercury or OMC, but they'll both have their things. And I'm trying to remember, okay, now how did you put it in forward gear, so when you turn the prop, it spins the thing, and then you can align the splines of the drive shaft into the splines of the crankshaft, and then you have to line up the the shift shaft. And well, how did we do that? Well, it's kind of there, but you got to wiggle it. Well, you can't see up from the bottom. And oh yeah, we used to go just through the bottom of the swivel tube, and stick your finger in there and you could move it. Well, guess what? They got plastic covers on everything. I take that plastic cover off, and then you'll be able to see. Sure enough, you get in there, and yeah, that's how you do it. So it took about 4 times as long as I remember ever doing one, but yeah, we got it.
Now that you're gonna be like, no, I undid it. I can put it back in like this.
But if you don't get your water tube lined up, well, then you got to take it all off again if you realize it, or you go and overheat the motor and screw up the block.
Oh, man. Oh. Okay. Janice said, John, I'm between doing hats and going to work on some snow people for the cancer children.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
There's no people like snow people.
Like no people, you know. Damn show tunes. Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
At least somebody else gets the blame for throwing something in his head instead of me. I don't even see nothing over here that catches my eye.
See, it's coming along. It's getting there. One more leaf in this other branch. I'll cut the branch last. This thing's so fragile. I should be using my zero clearance backer on this, but it says we got 6 people watching. Who's all out there in the chat, everybody? Let me throw out my lurker video. I know you're out there. Maybe Jeanette's out there. We'll never know. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. I heard you start to say it, Herb, right as I hit the go button. Go ahead, say it.
If you got any comments, questions, or inquiries, leave them in the chat. We'll answer them to the best of our ability we can. If not, we'll get somebody to Google it.
Thanks, Herb. We'll get to watch your throat, though. It's getting worse on you.
Yeah.
So, did you? How was your enchilada yesterday? By the way, did it go down okay?
Yeah, I had to take baby bites.
Yeah. Did you eat it with yogurt, like Beth said?
No, but you bet your ass I had sour cream on them.
There
I
you
was just gonna say, I'm thinking sour cream would have been better though.
Yeah, because the only yogurt in there is peach and strawberry. I don't think they would have gone good with the enchilada.
No. JJ says he's here. He's working. So in and out. All right. Well, at least you're here. That's what counts. Mike was in this morning too, though.
Oh. I'm not so sleepy. Slept all night long. Then I went in there and took an hour and a half nap earlier.
Hey, Jeanette, have you ever seen something like this? They took a cross stitch pattern, right here. There's the so they took a cross stitch pattern and made granny squares for every square there, and then joined them all together to make a quilt.
Don't tell me we're in for another damn tornado warning.
That's a cool idea. Oh, I bet you could do the same with a diamond painting. Oh my god, that just opened up whole new ideas and stuff.
You over here getting ideas and I'm drawing blanks.
Breaking news: a cheese factory in France exploded this morning. There is debris everywhere.
No.
Surely you jest.
Somebody's first comment. Not a great day.
Yeah, I didn't even get in the Hangouts all day yesterday.
Can I show my yarn, John?
Just give me a
Please
sec.
do.
Hey, her put a couple patterns up yesterday. What?
Yeah, that's the only thing I
No,
did.
no, 5 hours ago. This was this morning.
Hmm.
Them are late.
What's this one say? It's okay not to be okay. Some days just get harder than others. Aw, look at that little ducky. Look at that little ducky herb. Aw.
Quack quack.
What's weird, the cartoon characters are selling other than the more detailed patterns I've been doing. Like the 420 pattern I did, and then the skeleton or the Grim Reaper saying I may be a little pain in the ass. And the
Yep.
cartoons, what are selling.
Okay, so Jeanette, it's from a Pinterest or it's from a Pinterest post. So I sent you the link for it.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh, sorry, Instagram. I sent you anyway.
Good old Insty.
I sent you the link up on Facebook as well. Because if that actually makes sense that you could just take a regular crochet or a regular um, cross stitch pattern, make granny squares for them all.
Yeah, that don't make a bit of damn sense.
What?
I just got a message on Instagram. Where's this pattern at? Well, if you can't figure it out, you don't need it. Seriously. It's plastered 3 times.
Okay, who was singing that stupid hippopotamus song? That's stuck in my head now too.
Herb. Herb did it. Herb did it.
Well, a hippopotamus just popped up on the screen and it took me right there. Ooh, Dreamcatcher, not Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver. You guys, damn you guys. But you know what, Herb? I actually do miss. I actually do miss this. I really do.
Oh, we missed it too. Oh,
Oh, so Greg, this morning what we were talking about when you first came in, right? Because
Yeah.
we're talking about Charles, and you and Charles got into some disagreement, and you blocked him right? And some other stuff. And
Well, I didn't do any blocking. I don't think. I just didn't. It didn't engage anymore.
yeah. So but it was Mark's story, right? And I said, well, you
Yep.
know, Mark, Greg is an ass sometimes, right? It's just the way he is. And Mark says, yeah, but he's my ass. But Mark says, but he's my ass, and I'm the one that can do that does stuff to him. I said, yeah, I know. He's, it's just the way he is, right? And when you showed up, that's why I threw him under the bus, right? So I stick and turn, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I had to though. It was right there. I had to.
And then everybody fell in place.
Greg will understand. He knows what it's all about. He's Canadian. He'll just say, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, holy moly.
Yeah, it's nice to have Mark back. You guys on here as well, right?
Yeah. Well, the conversation kind of goes everywhere, or can, which makes it
But I
interesting.
would just like
for
to try.
some.
I know, but I want to try and keep it on par with wood related or what we're doing conversations.
Oh yeah,
Right?
but there's too many rabbit holes you fall into.
I know.
Oh, yes, there is.
Like it starts out all well and good and on topic, but say one thing and then yeah.
I'm thinking I might need a disclaimer at the front of the show, right? Because of the way Larry talks every once in a while, and it's Larry. I'm just bugging you, you know that.
Mhm.
And I think I need a disclaimer at the beginning of the show saying sometimes there is abusive and offensive language, so just be aware. And if it offends you, just let me know. Jeanette, right? I don't, Jeanette, I don't mean to offend you, because some things are said, they're not meant to be said. I'm not saying it offends you. I'm just saying if it does offend you, just let me know.
There ain't but one thing that offends me.
What's that?
Running out of coffee.
That's offensive.
Oh, and snuff. There's two, sorry.
I never did dip. I tried. What did they call it? Red Man Chew.
Yeah, that was good.
It was like strings of tobacco, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, you try one whole string, and whoa, your mouth is watering, you're drooling. But I just stayed with cigarettes then.
I could never get into smoking.
Larry says I try to do the right thing. There's millions of rabbit holes, Mr. Greg.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's we I don't know, I say we, but I don't intentionally try and derail your show, John, but
no, I know.
It comes out sometimes. Oh yeah, that reminds me of this, or being some kind of smart ass comment that goes the wrong way. I'm able to offend anybody and everybody, and have done it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's why a lot of people just stick to themselves on their own channels right from now on.
Yep.
Is like
Yeah.
they're afraid of something coming out that doesn't need to come out, and then it just turns into something bad.
Well, I don't know. I kind of gauge or adjust my
Yeah,
smart ass snarky comments depending on the person. It's I'm thinking, but they don't always come out like how they say, well, when you type something or text something, it doesn't, the inflection is not there in word, but it's not exactly the same. And sometimes even when
not-
I say it, it
it's not
doesn't
as
come out right.
it's not as jovial as you portray it to be, as it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah. Like people like say Annie, I don't think she is usually easily offended, and I might say something to her jokingly, but not put a smiley face or a laughing face behind it, and it'll come out as, oh, that's kind of ignorant, or could be taken that way.
Well, exactly, Larry. Right? Larry says, he just sits back and listens. He learns a lot anyway, because we do talk about a lot of different subjects on the show.
Yep.
That are actually informative and knowledgeable. But I actually learned at a young age that you could say the exact same thing, like if the F word, for example, right? Like it is vulgar regardless, but the thing is, you tell somebody sternly, F off, right? And they'll take it the way you say it. But if you say it hey, well, why don't you just F off and laugh at the end of it? Then they take it as a joke. It's not as harsh. It's not as detrimental as it seems to be, but the meaning is still behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to do with the inflection and the whatever you call it.
And then these days, people get offended easily.
Yep.
You joke with somebody and then they go off the rails. You say something as a joke and then it just explodes. That's happened to me once.
Just once, though, right here.
Yeah.
Like Robin. I thought, I found she was great fun to joke with, tease, whatever you want to call it, because she would just fall right into it, like sometimes.
There's a couple of people that way that fall right into it.
Yeah. Not meaning to be mean or ignorant with her or nothing like that. Just but then many people might not like hearing it and not know how you're, like I say, how you're meaning it, but so it's better to keep your mouth shut sometimes.
Yeah. Some people, you got to walk on eggshells around.
But then that term, is better to ask forgiveness than to step in it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I told somebody one day, I said, you make me sick. Oh, hell, World War III started. And it was said as a joke.
Yep.
Now, I'll tell you one of you could derail a show quick, and that would be Jerry.
Jerry Blakesley.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a hoot to listen to watch.
If he liked you, he liked you. If he didn't, you knew it.
Yeah.
Hell, he woke me up about a month ago.
What?
Yeah, I guarantee you he was in the damn living room. Because I was dead asleep. And I heard something, hey, what are you doing? There ain't nothing on, nobody around. I wake up and look around. Then I hear it, go back to sleep, stupid.
That sounds like Jerry.
Yeah, because, he texts me sometimes 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, what are you doing? Well, I was trying to sleep. Oh, good, go back and go to sleep.
Yep. I'm trying to remember how many people did we lose in the last couple of years? Like 5 or 6 in our community. I know that. But I know there's been more than that I can't even remember.
Yeah, there's been too many.
Like I know, the other day, I was going through my photos on my phone, and I came across this picture of Brandon, uh, Brandon Worthen, right? And I'm like, man, I
Right.
actually remember that video because I took a screenshot of one of the videos that he was doing because he was doing wands and he was asking for colors of the wands and stuff, right? I'm like, hey, well, why don't you try this, right? So he blended colors for me on the show. I'm like, that's freaking awesome, man. And I'm like, and then what, like 2 weeks later, gone. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell? And like even with Jerry, like we were talking with Jerry, and then like what, like 2 weeks later, gone. Um, Judy Gale Roberts, she was at a show, and then she packed up from the show, went home, and then gone. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. It was weird.
I know it.
And speaking of arseholes, there was Patrick's.
Yeah,
Patrick.
He,
Oh my God, Pat. Speaking of ourselves.
well, he wore that moniker proudly. See you later, arsehole.
yeah, I was kind of sad about Jerry because I got a text from him that night. He said he wasn't feeling well, that he was probably going to get Amanda to take him to the doctor. And then Amanda calls me from the hospital and tells me he passed. I said, holy shit.
I spent a lot of time in the hangouts with Patrick's.
Yeah, I did too. Well, see, like I was saying the other day. So Dave Jones, right? Pearl Woodworks. So Dave and Pat, like both, like I was intimidated by both of them. Like when I first came in the community, I don't know why. Like they both. Dave intimidated me because he was always carrying a freaking gun. He was always smoking them damn cigars in his truck, right? Those big cigars, right?
Yep.
And every time I saw him, he either had a big cigar or he had a freaking gun in his hand. I'm like, oh, this guy looks freaking scary as shit. And then Pat, same thing. Like he would always be sitting at his desk, but it was just the way he come across. And he just intimidated me, just the way he was, like just his aura, right? And then, hanging out with them, getting to know them, I'm like, these guys are little freaking pussycats. What the hell was I worried about, right? Well, not,
Yep.
I'm not saying Dave's a pussycat. Just saying, right?
But he's not a mean person or nothing.
No. It was just first impressions of him would just intimidated me because because we're used to like everybody else in the community is all like I'm not saying meek and meager, but they weren't as forthright and outcoming as they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a confidence thing, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know how to take Patrick's at first. When
Well,
I first
especially if you don't know the guy. Like when you
No.
don't know him, and the first thing out of his mouth is, "Hey, mother dicks." How's it going? I'm like, what?
Yep.
What? What are you saying? What'd you call me?
And I don't know how many people we would go over and go on a different hang because he'd have about 4 or 5 hangouts going. And he said, "Okay, let's go over to so and so." So we go over to so and so's and go over to somebody else, and go over at Marsh, and then who is the guy? Oh, that Ox in the shop.
Ox in the shop. I remember Ox.
Yeah. But anyway, we go over there, and he was building a shop, and he was doing kerning and all that kind of stuff. But Patrick should be, he'd just float from one to the other, and then I don't know how many other guys that we used to, I would go with Patrick's, follow him over to another hangout somewhere else and another one, and I'd meet all these different guys.
Swing
Yeah,
by
Patrick's
with
is quite the.
swing
He was
by
quite
with
the.
Sterling Davis and Nick Ferry.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Nick Ferry. That's yeah.
I haven't seen Nick in a long time. I don't even know what even happened to him.
Oh.
I don't even see anything about him. And what? Let me look that up. What gets me is when you're judged for what you're doing. Oh, see that like so our wood community like it didn't matter like what we did. It like the group that like the wood community that we have, like it didn't matter what we did. Like we razzed everybody. Patrick razzed everybody because he was the 3D printer. But because come on, get out of the Stone Age. Stop doing stuff by hand, right? So he was the 3D printer. He used to razz me about that all the time. But he liked the work I did. Like he liked all the work that I used to do at the time. And when I went off and basically like I was still hanging out with them, but I started doing my 3D stuff and instead of just flat portraits all the time. And he never even thought about doing that. So then because he's 3D printing, but then he actually started doing layering stuff on his own, and it was pretty cool. That he took my ideas into mind, but it didn't matter what we did, whether we were uh, uh, scroll saw, CNC, lathe turners, laser guys. We all got along, because we're all in doing the wood, right? And now that I'm in with crochet or yarnies, I'm going to call it. Now that I'm in with the yarnies, I started trying to do yarn and crochet together. We're just bringing people together anyway, regardless. And we're so accepting of everybody because everybody started at one point not knowing what you're doing. But that like my channel started off as being educational, knowledgeable, to try and share knowledge out for whatever questions that anybody had. And that's just where I ended up, And everybody's surprised that the guests I have had on my show, and I don't even know where any of them are anymore now. Like whatever happened,
Far in between.
yeah, like Bobby Duke is like so huge now, and who else was on? Who else was on here? It was 2 years ago. What was his name? He had those huge freaking CNC in his shop, and laser cutters in his shop. He did that one show where he was reading a Choose Your Own Adventure book. Remember that, Herb?
Yeah, I can't name. The only one that keeps popping my mind is Dave Getting.
No. But no.
What was that guy? Awesome Wood Things. He was hilarious at times.
Oh, that's Mike Haas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even see anything for him anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, he's got like 12 channels. It's like all things YouTube, all things Photoshop, all things wood, all things everything. Right. Jeanette says, "What I like about your channel, it feels like home." Well, that's what I try to bring it up as. It is that no matter like anybody can come in and show off your craft and share your knowledge, and no matter what you did. Because I had crafters in here, I had people doing diamond painting, I had people doing uh, small woodworking projects, going up to big woodworking projects, steel work, and everything else. I had everybody in on my channel, and it didn't matter how big your channel was. You still wanted to come in and just relax and be here, and
and watch
that's what I tried to
and
yeah,
watch paint dry like me.
watch paint dry.
It's just like Nick and Stace. They ain't doing nothing anymore either.
Oh yeah, right.
No,
And then there's JP.
I didn't even
I
talk
didn't
to
see
JP
either
anymore.
from JP.
No. And Eloy used to be active in all the hangouts and the things. Then he got onto the what do you call that? The genealogy.
Technology.
Yep. Well, so Eloy and Mark are still they still do their show every Wednesday night, right?
Yep, yep. Oh wow, it's Tuesday, but then they miss and they do Wednesday or I don't
Yeah.
know what day it is now.
I'm pretty sure it's on Wednesdays now.
Mhm.
No, I think they moved it to Tuesday.
Let's see, now I
I
gotta look
know
that up.
Eloy was having computer problems, and
Oh, I just had the name of the channel in my head.
Marsh. Remember Marsh?
What's the name? What's the name of Eloy and Mark's channel?
Oh, that's trampled underfoot.
Trampled Underfoot. That's what it was.
And Eloy is Rockin' Woodworks.
Yep.
And there was the Patricks on hanging out with Marsh. And Marsh leaves the room and setting his Alexa to alarms and at 3 in the morning and all that. And, you know, and then we did it to Patrick's, or I did it to Patrick's one time because otherwise then he would only listen on his headphones. So Alexa couldn't hear what we were saying.
Nice.
Oh,
I can't find it. No, it's the Trampled Underfoot, isn't it? Yeah, Trampled Underfoot podcast.
did you find it?
12 days. 12 days ago. 5 days ago. So Sunday, no Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So Wednesday nights.
Yeah, Sterling Davis. Sitting in a hangout with him and watching him fall off his chair.
Oh, and drinking moonshine. Oh my god.
That was hilarious.
Every Saturday. That was hilarious. It never got old.
And he was at some place, I don't know, at a hotel, motel, and he's out in the parking lot.
Watch me roll saw something.
We'll be right back.
Here I'm wondering what that squeak, squeak, squeak is. And it's my damn armrest that I'm moving while I'm sanding.
That damn mouse you got in your shop.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Janet say? Oh, Janet says, and I make it fun. Larry says, I learned from John. He encouraged me to cut metal on a scroll saw. I'm grateful for guidance. One square still rings in my head. Hmm. See, I try to make it fun for everybody, Jeanette. And the thing is like we're so like I said, we're so accepting of everybody here. It doesn't matter what. Oh, man, I hate that. Doesn't matter what your expertise is or what, like, if you're a beginner, like, doesn't matter what level you are, doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter whether you speak English or not, as long as you want to be on the show and want to learn something and or to share, right? Like everybody likes coming on the show. It's just once in a while somebody will, you know, put a sour taste in somebody else's mouth over stuff like that. I'm not going to mention any names.
And there's John looking and pointing.
And it's
No, I'm
me.
not.
I know it's me.
But there was a time when I let my show go. I let my show go to such a point that I didn't care what anybody said. But it got to a certain point where it got too far, and I just stopped the show. And I stopped for what, like 6 months, I think it was.
Something like that.
And I was just in my shop, just doing my regular thing with Herb and Russ and in his thing. Yeah.
Basically, that's the only one that comes into hangouts anymore, just me and Russ.
I know this is gonna break. This is gonna break. Well, I'm sure if you gave the link to Robin, she would show up.
No, I think she's too busy playing Fortnite with what's his face.
See, and you know, I'm actually sad that Robin stopped scroll sawing because I think if she kept at it, she would actually, you know, be able to create stuff on her own now. Honestly,
Yeah.
she just needed to apply. She needed to apply herself to be able to do, you know, things on her own. But she also needed to listen to what we were trying to teach her to.
I know she asked me how to use GIMP, and I tried to explain, well, if I do it this way, Robin, don't ask me for any more advice. You don't want to listen.
Yeah, I remember those conversations I had with you. Well, I'm glad, Jeanette. I'm glad you're happy when you're here. You know, our conversations might, you know, be offhanded or off the rails or whatever, but I'm sure you're actually still learning something that you don't want to learn, but you're still learning it regardless. So there we go. So there's 2 layers now. So I got my back. So I got my outside frame, right? My backer, and my second layer. Boop, there we go. So I'm going to layer number 3, which will be this inside part of the rose. And then there's another layer on top of that. So I can cut all my outside stuff off. Some people don't understand why I do that, but I do. Cut it off, so it's not my way.
Oh, I'm over here and I can't find nothing that's even catching my eye. Guess I'm just getting burned out.
Maybe some more inspiration.
I know I stood at the back door this morning looking. Maybe if I get out there, nah, too much crap to move.
I need inspiration to go and see what's wrong with my lawnmower. It wasn't running right last fall, and I just parked it because I didn't need it anymore.
It wasn't running like last fall, so you just
Yeah.
left it.
Yeah, so I'm just
you had
like
all,
the
you had
people.
all winter. You had all winter to work on it.
Yeah,
Tune-up time.
I'm just like the people I used to absolutely, was disgusted with. They'd bring in their boat, and they want to go fishing for the May long weekend. And well, when did you have this problem? Well, yeah, about August of last year. Well, why didn't you get,
Yep.
or their snowmobile, yeah, I need it because it's snowing, and when did it happen? A year ago.
Wow.
Like somebody else I know needs to tune up his lawnmower, but he hasn't got out there and done it yet. Won't mention anybody's name, but we all know him.
Are you talking about me?
No.
Okay.
Grandpa.
Oh.
Oh.
I guess Dishy Chick stuck in my head. Damn, Herb.
Do what?
Dishy Chick stuck in my head.
You may get diggy hole stuck in your head.
No. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.
Oh.
You know how much I like country.
As much as me, John?
And I live in Alberta, right? Like what's the worst?
Yeah, what's up with that?
The only time I listen to the country is when I'm in a car and can't turn the radio. I can't even get her to take me to Walmart anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a country fan, but when that rodeo come out,
Off to the rodeo.
that was good country for me.
I can't believe you were singing that the other day. What the
Mhm.
hell? Throwing my show off rails all the time.
Wow. I try my best.
Mm-hmm.
The other country song I like is the Rolling Stones song, "Faraway Eyes."
I don't know what song that is.
I think it was like about the mid '80s it come out, and it's done in a country style. it's I think it's just funny, you know. Look it up on the YouTubes. It's probably there. Rolling Stones, "Faraway Eyes." Because I can't sing it to you. No, I can't sing.
Hey, Jess, how's it going? How's your day going? How's your day going at work? You hard-working person, you. Oh, Larry says he's found some cedar boards close by. And when I said it, I'll help pro, please.
I think Jessica needs her eyes checked.
Oh, what was it? I was just gonna look something up. What the hell was it? Oh, all right. Let me a sec. So, you know how I used to go to concerts back in the day and
Mhm.
listen to cool bands and stuff.
Yep.
Well, so coming to town. Upcoming events. Frozen. Take it to the limit. Eagles tribute band, June 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the one I'm looking for though. Grand Con, the Johnny Cash TV show. Recreation of the Johnny Cash TV show. PBR, September 27th. Teresa Caputo. Unbelievable. Hotel California, the original Eagles tribute band.
Isn't that kind of a
Yeah.
a non thing? Like, how can you be the original Eagles tribute band?
Well, I guess that maybe
I
they
guess
were
they
the
started it.
maybe they were the original tribute band for the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
So Matthew Good Band is coming to town, but I seen what the hell is it? I seen somebody else was coming to concert. Now, if you had a chance, Greg,
Mm-hmm.
travel to Edmonton. See, I'm surprised he's not even playing at Winnipeg. Would you go see Britton Cummings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I have seen him. It's been a while ago though. Him and Bachman were together, and they did a Bachman Cummings tour. Oh, it's got to be a dozen years ago.
Oh,
And
that's
we went,
what it was.
and
Go
we
ahead.
went and saw the Guess Who when they did a get together after, like, we had the Pan Am Games in Winnipeg in 1999, and the premier of Manitoba at the time invited the Guess Who or to get together and play at the concert, or play a concert, and they did. and then they did a tour after that, and we went to the tour, or went to one of the tour things in Winnipeg when it was in Winnipeg, and they were good, really good.
So it was actually April 9th, right? April 9th in town here in Grand Prairie. It
Mhm.
was BTO called Back in Overdrive Tour.
Okay.
Okay. So, but there's only beats.
There's only Randy
Right.
Bachman now.
Yeah. Right.
His brother died,
Yeah.
and Fred Turner's not with the in the.
Yeah. So they were playing in Grand Prairie, and they but so the cover bands for Bachman Turner was
Mhm.
April Wine and the Headpins.
Oh, geez, yeah.
That would have been a cool concert to go to, and I missed it. Like that would have been a cool concert to go see.
I never saw April Wine in concert, but I saw the Headpins in concert. They opened up for, I think it was the Beach Boys back in the early '80s,
Wow.
and Headpins were, at their heyday time.
Yep. Yeah. In the
And
80s they were.
and people were saying, "Oh, Headpins isn't really all that, matched up with the Beach Boys." 'Cause, well, I don't care. They're both good to me.
Yeah.
And you hear all these songs, the misheard lyrics.
Yep.
And the Headpins, they have a song out, or had a song called "Don't It Make You Feel Like Dancing," and if you remember that, and then people are singing "Donuts Make You Feel Like Dancing."
Donuts make you feel like dancing. Of course they do.
Yeah.
Donuts make you feel like dancing.
She had quite a voice. Darby Mills.
Wow, there's an old name, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know there was a question on the radio the other day. It's like, oh, if you could go see any Canadian band playing, who would you go see? People are listening to like big Canadian bands, right?
Mhm.
Like, and the one that got me was, oh, I want to see Kid Mitchell. I want to see Kid Mitchell. I'm like, well, yeah, I saw Kid Mitchell back in the '80s,
Mhm.
and it's like, well, I want to see, and I'm thinking, I want to see Pursuit of Happiness. You might not remember Pursuit of Happiness. They came, but like I saw them. I saw the band Pursuit of Happiness play in Borden, like their
Mhm.
Toronto band. I saw them play in Borden before they released their first album.
Yeah. I
Like
know I've heard
know
them, but I couldn't I don't know remember a song by the name of one, but I know I've heard them.
I'm an adult now. I'm an
Oh
adult.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Got my hands on my shoulder. Yeah. And then
like
what was the other band? Thing Once Bitten. A Great White.
okay,
Another
yeah.
Canadian. Yeah.
Mhm.
Long
then
forgotten Canadian band.
And then there was the Tragically Hip. With,
Yeah, but they're not going to play anymore since Gord Downey died.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
That's sad, and that. And the Smashing Pumpkins, they are out of Winnipeg, or maybe one or two of the members were out of Winnipeg.
Who was my dad? My dad followed some country singer. Oh, Michelle Wright.
Okay, I heard that
So
name.
Michelle Wright came from southern Ontario, where
Mhm.
like the area my dad grew up in, right? So like,
Mhm.
he tried to go to every one of her concerts, got her to sign a bunch of stuff. I'm like, what are you, a little fanboy now? Like what? Like, grow up. Yeah, stop following these girls around. You're not gonna get them.
Now there was some kind of semi-local bands here that in the 70s and 80s. There was one called Street Heart.
Yeah, I
don't
remember
know if you
Street
heard.
Heart.
Yeah,
I still know Street
Kenny
Heart.
Shields. Kenny Shields is a singer. He died a few years ago. And then there was the band, the Queen City Kids. They had a few, minor hits on Canadian radio, of course. Of course, they were out of Regina, but they would play in Winnipeg quite often.
Winnipeg musicians, bands. BTO's from Winnipeg? Really?
Well,
No, they're-
yeah,
they're
Backman
from
is.
Toronto.
No, Backman is.
The Crash Test
Well-
Dummies are from Winnipeg too?
Yep.
The Guess
That's-
Who? Oh,
I was saying it wrong. Harlequin, yeah.
Harlequin, yeah.
Winnipeg's put out a lot of good bands. Maybe not the most successful in the world, but yeah, Backman. He grew up in Winnipeg with his brothers, and that's how he got into the Guess Who. And after the Guess Who, he went with BTO, or they started their own. Him and Turner and
See, I thought they were a Toronto band though.
no, Winnipeg.
Really?
Yeah.
Guess who's coming to town to play a concert? Who? No, the Guess Who. The Guess Who. Who?
Yeah.
No, Guess Who.
The Guess Who had their own
Oh,
weekly television show on CBC in the 60s. I forget, I can't remember the name. It was just a simple name, but they come on about just before supper or just after supper on the People's Network, CBC. And they would have, different guests, but the Guess Who was the house band of this show.
so they actually changed their name. So they were
Couple
originally known as Al and the Silvertones.
Mm-hmm.
Then they changed to Chad Allen and the Reflections.
Yep.
Then Chad Allen and the Expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Then Guess Who, and then the Guess Who.
Yeah. Well, the Chad Allen and the Expressions that's when they brought on Burton Cummings, and he was only like 16, 17, somewhere like that. He wasn't of legal age to go into the bars and that. And and he played in a local band called the Devrons in Winnipeg at community clubs and high school sock hops and that. And but they come on, and then that's when Chad Allen, he didn't want to tour, I think is what the thing was. And and of course their Cummings, he just took over vocals completely, and away they went.
How do you remember this?
I grew up then. Damn it.
Devrons released 2 singles locally in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So Burton Cummings was 17 years old. He dropped out of high school. He was a high school dropout.
Yep.
So in '64, Cummings joined the Devrons, played piano and vocals. They released 2 singles. In '66, after his 18th birthday, Cummings joined another band called Chad Allen Expressions, who replaced Bob Ashley. Took on the lead vocals in conjunction with Chad Allen.
Mhm.
The group became subject to a record company publicity stunt in '65, was shaken all over, and was released anonymously with the message "Guess Who." That's why they changed their name. Okay.
Yep.
It was thinking it was by the Who, of course. Okay. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, it was a play on words kind of deal, and mystique and all that kind of stuff.
So they became primary songwriter in conjunction with Randy Bachman. First album was It's Time in '66.
Mhm.
Then American Woman came out in '70.
Yeah.
See, I heard that American Woman. I heard he wrote American Woman because about some groupies backstage that would not leave them alone.
There's multiple different stories about it and by who and that, but it was written while supposedly this is by and it's backed up by Bachman, and they were Bachman needed to change a string between sets or something like that. He was doing guitar tech stuff, and so he was noodling and playing a riff, and Cummings is out in the parking lot buying rare 45s off of a guy in the parking lot, and he hears the band starting to play, and he's there. Okay, I gotta go. And what it was this just he would just back when we just whatever you want to call it, tuning, noodling, and Cummings come up and wrote it on the fly, just out of nowhere, and they oh, that was pretty good. What are we going to do? Or we can't, we didn't write it down. There happened to be somebody recording it in the audience, and they found out that they got the recording, and then they then wrote it and polished it and put it all together.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Led
there's a
Zeppelin.
lot of songs written that way.
Led Zeppelin redid it in '96. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
They were invited to the White House after, I don't know who was president, and this is the Guess Who, because they were riding their
Coach L.
yeah, and so anyway, and you asked, it was asked of Cummings what any regrets. He says, yeah, we didn't play American Woman because of the way it might have been taken at the inauguration or whatever thing, like it's so, but he says we should have played it. There is one fantastic version of that song when they got back together with most all of the originals, Peterson on drums and Bachman and Dougie McDougall, and I forget which bass was. I don't know if it was Greg Lescue or the other one. But anyway, they played in Winnipeg, and there was a big, huge rainstorm, and they played at the baseball stadium, and so there was a big downpour. They shut down the show for a bit, and they come back out after the downpour, and the people are still standing there, and they did a great version of American Woman. Like, it was all kind of like, what do you want to call it? Jam at first, and that, because there's always an intro into American Woman, but that the intro goes longer than the regular song that was played on the radio, and then it gets into American Woman. And it's on YouTube.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I know Whitesnake. What's on my Whitesnake? I know Whitesnake changed their song. What's the song is that? You know the song that I'm talking about. Here I Go Again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Whitesnake, when they redid Here I Go Again, they remade it in '82, but the original was in, when was the original song? Okay, so they released it in '82, but they remade it in '87, and they changed a lyric in it, right? Because the original said, like a hobo, I'm on my own, going down the only road I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when he heard, when David Cloverdale heard it on the radio, he's like, "What did they say? Did they change my song?" And because of the way it was recorded, he thought it sounded like a homo. Here I go down the road. So they when they redid it in '87, they changed it to like a drifter. Here I go on my own again, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he changed the song himself and the lyrics because he said it sounded like the word homo on the radio when it was played. Because I would I had the original in my Walkman, my cassette Walkman, driving my bicycle down the road, singing it, and then when it came out again, I'm like, what? They changed the words. What? Why did they do that?
There you are, living the lyrics, riding your bicycle down the road.
Yeah, and then they go and change them.
Mm-hmm. Bugger. There's a lot of songs, good songs over the years, and you forget them. Like you until something clicks and that. And what my big thing was when they come out with these satellite radio. I thought, oh wow, that's great. Well, guess what? It's on rotation. And it starts
Yep.
repeating. My brother-in-law had a subscription to it because he was working up north and they couldn't get any regular radio, so he got a satellite radio thing, and then so he had it at a wiener roast barbecue, and he's playing. Just put this out, and he's playing it, and they're playing it again. Then the same thing happened when we, on television, you get these packages. I think it was satellite, and they have like some kind of satellite radio, like television on the television thing. And yeah, we're painting the living room, so we're there for quite a while, and we're just listening to the satellite radio on TV, and they start going through repeating. Well, what it is, or what a lot of it is no song can be broadcast on a public broadcasting thing unless it's in current release. So if it's on a greatest hits or a compilation album or something like that, yeah, they can do it. But if it's been an old song that's just been left not untouched and out of current release by the record companies, they can't play it because then the royalties can't go anywhere, sort of a deal.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm there. So anyway, back in the day of Napster, and there was a thing called, I think it was called Blue Ocean, and that where you could download files, Anyway, my buddy and I just got into computers back then, about 95, 96, 97, and we're downloading. And I got 72,000 MP3 and FLAC files. There's a bunch of repeats and that, but there is stuff that I have never ever heard of. We would download whole albums or whole groups of things. Never mind just going looking for one song like you might do on a jukebox, or I'll play that or I'll download that, which many people were doing, but we were going bulk.
Yeah, so you're talking like B-side of albums, right?
Yeah.
That don't get a lot of play. But I know that there's albums that I used to listen to where I enjoyed more songs on the B side rather than the hits on A side.
Oh, exactly. Yes.
Right? And they were so much better.
And so many B-side songs became hits, even though they were on the B side, and the A side would never flew really for many bands.
See, so for example, I had a 45. It was Say, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
By Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Okay. Now the B side of Say was Ode to Koala Bear.
Okay.
Have you ever heard the song Ode to Koala Bear by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson? Now, it was actually an enjoyable song to listen to. I actually enjoyed it. I learned all the words to it. I listened to it so often because I liked it better than Say. I got tired of listening to Say all the time.
Yeah.
But Ode to Koala Bear, which nobody ever freaking knew about, and probably to this day still don't know about, was actually a really good song.
And it won't be in current release, so nobody else is going to hear it.
So after listening to that, I actually started getting into Paul McCartney and the Wings, and then Wings, right? And listening to some Beatles songs because I wasn't really into the Beatles because it was my mom's generation, it was your generation, right? So
Y-
I never got into the
Yeah.
Beatles, but I started listening to Paul McCartney and the Wings, and then the Wings, and then Paul McCartney by himself, right? They got my solo career again, and it was like he actually has some really decent songs.
Hello, Jojo.
Hello,
Hey
Hey, how
Joe,
are you? Hi.
we didn't
expected
mean to
package, Joe.
cut you off when you first came in. What you been up to? Where you been?
Oh, that's okay. Doing some errands and stuff.
Errands.
I had stuff to, yeah, I had stuff to do. I go to the store and stuff.
You went and
Went
did
to
errands
Dollar
on
Tree.
your. You left
Yeah.
us and went and did
Uh-huh.
errands. Eh? How'd you do?
Yeah, it needed to be done. I had to go to Dollar Tree, Dollar General, pharmacy, stuff.
Oh, errands.
Haven't put,
I thought you were talking about Aaron.
oh, no. I know. Oh, my God.
Oh, welcome back, Jeanette. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I had to do some running around, get some stuff done.
Dollar
So I
Tree,
figured,
Dollar
oh, I looked and saw that you were still here, so
Yeah, no,
came in.
it's been me, Herb, and Greg the whole time, and Jeanette and Larry. Well, Larry's gone now because his phone died, but I
hmm
still see like 5 people in the chat. I'm not sure who's all out there though.
and they won't
Jeanette's here though.
fess up.
Jeanette's here, keeping us company, having fun.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jeanette.
she's out there somewhere. She's lurking.
Jessica's dropped in a couple times, said hi.
Yeah.
You know, she got to do that whole work thing, all right. So,
Up
Yeah.
up here we have a store called Dollarama,
Dollarama.
Yeah,
or
Robert,
John's talking
favorite
about that
store.
one.
or as my granddaughter called it back when she was about 2.5, Dollar Grandma. Are we
That's
going to Dollar
cute.
Grandma?
That's cute.
See, I remember like we used to have the Great Canadian Dollar Store, Buck or Two, Looney Store, Looney Tooney. Um, we had so many dollar stores, and then when Dollarama came in, they basically wiped everybody else out.
Yeah.
And then Dollar Tree moved in now, so like we got a dollar like so in town in Grand Prairie, we have 4 Dollaramas and 1 Dollar Tree.
Hmm. We've got a big dollar and a Dollarama in Selkirk.
Oh,
How you doing, Herb?
oh. I'm all right. There was a package put in the mail an hour ago.
Okay.
So let me know when you get it.
Will do. I'll watch for it probably Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Today's Monday, Tuesday. Oh, maybe. Wednesday, Thursday. Depends on how slow they want to go.
See, but you know, Joe, you're gonna have to photocopy them, and then that way you can do multiple copies of them, right? Because you don't want to ruin just the one copy you have.
I know, really? Can't do that. I have to
Yeah,
take them over to my ex's. I take them to my ex and say, make copies for me.
I deleted the file.
Oh, no.
Hell, I don't delete nothing. I just lose it.
No. Now stop, motorboat. Get out. You were just fed.
Just
Leave me
freeze
alone.
and leave.
She's not happy with me. She got dry food, not wet.
Oh no. Willie, come over here and give her some.
No, I told him not to.
Does that ever stop him?
Yeah, if I tell him no, that she doesn't need wet food, that she just had some yesterday, then and I was like, well, you've been told you can't have any. Yep, not right now anyway. I mean, not for a full meal. She's got little treats like the Sheba. I call them
Yeah.
treats. They might call them meals. I call them treats. She can have one of them this evening or something, but no, she doesn't need a can every day. 'Cause she'll sit there, she'll eat the damn entire contents of the can by noon. Then by 4 or 5 o'clock, she wants to eat again.
Hey, Jack, how's it going?
Well,
No,
you only need like half a can a day, technically anyway. And I was like,
Oh,
you've eaten enough for 2 days, you damn pig. Well, he's like, now you don't get any food tomorrow either. And when I said that, Jagged looked at me. He's like, seriously? And I was like, no. She's
no,
got
Jack,
dry food in there.
start it back over again.
No motorboat. You're done. Go lay down. Preferably not up here with me. Go away.
Jeanette said, JoJo, Suzanne sent me some awesome hats.
I heard that like, what was it, 38 or 28, something like that?
Oh,
28,
yeah.
I think it was.
So, Jeanette, I was going to ask you, who is Suzanne?
Inquiring minds want to know.
I know, I'm curious.
I think that is awesome. My hats are basic, but they'll work. They will work.
Oh,
Didn't I just say not to come up here?
you guys follow everybody everywhere you go? Like, do you guys just follow each other everywhere?
Who? What?
No. I just got here too.
Oh, okay.
You
No,
and Joe.
actually,
Like Joe
Oh,
just came in from doing errands. And
They're stuck at the hip, John.
I just got my stuff finished, and I was like, "Oh, he's still on."
that's
I
what I said.
broke for dinner by now.
That's what I said. I well, I got back and looked. Oh, he's still on there. I'm going to pop in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Annie, we were talking about you.
Well, we had a great conversation, didn't you?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You should have
Okay,
heard
so
all the crap they were
yeah,
saying.
exactly. So you guys remember this morning show when I threw Mark under the bus about Greg, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to throw Jeanette under the bus now because Annie, I almost called you to go over and see Jeanette.
Why?
Jeanette's going to tell you in the chat eventually, but I'm going to tell you first. Apparently, she fell because she was trying to walk on her own and landed on her arm.
Jeanette, you know
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be doing that.
See? Now, but I told Jeanette I was either going to call you or I'm going to get Jessica to call her and just rag her out for doing what she's not supposed to be doing. And we're like, well, Annie will tell her. Annie will yell at her. I'm like, no, Annie won't yell at her. Annie will talk to her. But Jessica would yell at her.
Jeanette,
Hey, Trace.
why they provided you with that chair and why you have a walker.
That's what I told her. She wanted to try it on her own, though. So I said,
That's
well,
fine, but try it on your own when there's somebody there with you.
Exactly.
They'll
Just
let
you
you
in
still
go.
love me,
case.
though.
You get up and
You
walk
still
on
love me,
your own.
Jeanette. I'm just looking out for you, Jeanette. See, I got backup here, so
You got a walker for a reason. You
Hello
want to
again,
try it on
Tracy.
your own. You make sure somebody is there with you in case you start to go down. They can make it so you don't get hurt.
Don't hit your head or anything.
and that can help lower you to the ground so you're not hurt at all. You just got to get up off the ground.
And you know, Jeanette, you can call me shit disturber all you want. It's okay. I can take it. I'm looking out for you though. Saying.
You can be as independent as you want. The nurses will help you be independent. I know nurses. I know how they work this. Just tell them you want to get up and walk on your own. They'll just walk behind you or beside you and let you regain that strength. You do need to regain your strength. I agree with that. But you need somebody there with you when you do it.
You
Have a
have to be
big issue
careful.
with your brother-in-law.
You got to be careful because you're going to fall and get hurt. That put you back further. So instead of moving forward, you're moving backwards.
So don't feel alone, Jeanette, because you got it from me today too.
And she's got to build her strength up. That's like in her legs, arms, everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm
Gotta be slow.
assuming.
Yeah.
Now, with Dad, how I helped him build his strength up in his legs is just stand up with his walker, stand there for about 10 seconds, and sit down. Stand back up, and keep doing that over and over and over and over. And he could do that, with the, chair right behind him, walker right in front of him. He wasn't going to fall.
You know,
You know,
Jeanette, that doesn't sound too convincing. It just sounds like you're saying, okay, okay. That's all it sounds like. I'm just saying. I'm looking out for you.
Hey, John.
she's being sarcastic.
Yes, Annie.
Go further along than what you are. How mad are you going to get if I tell you I changed my mind on color?
I haven't started coloring it yet.
Yeah, but I don't want it colored. Well, I do want it colored, but I don't want it colored. Do you have any like redwood stain?
Like Sedona red, yeah.
Okay, could you do like the flower in the redwood stain and then do the backer in like a walnut?
Yes, you want it like so the backer, like the backer, or this backer, like which backer, like that one.
Those two that are down, and then
Okay, so it would look like this. It would look like that, right? And you want the red on top of it. Where's my red one? Where's my red one at? I know I had one here. I gotta find my red one though. Oh, it's right underneath it. And then this one, it's actually Cabernet behind it, right? Like that.
how do you think that would look?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? What do you not like about it?
I think it would look better if I was to color it the way, like color it.
Okay.
Because if you let me color it, then I can make it look like my poppies, right? Then I can make it look realistic,
Okay.
right? Okay. You still want it purple and yellow?
No, I want it lavender and yellow.
What I said, purple.
Purple's darker than lavender.
Fine.
Look at your crayons and look at the difference between the purple one and the lavender one.
I'm not gonna dig them out.
Man. Man. Okay, so
I like black roses too.
except for the brim, and I've decided I'm knitting the ribbing rather than crocheting it. I don't know how it's going to look. If it doesn't look good, I can always pull it out. But I think I like this.
I like black roses.
Oh,
too,
cool.
though.
I have seen some. You've done feathers before, haven't you, John? Didn't you show me a feather you did? Yeah. Good job. Oh my goodness. Dinner
Yeah.
was excellent. Yeah, I thought you'd show me feathers you've done before.
Okay, so I have orchid, mauve, and violet.
Orchid.
See, but the thing is, but it's gonna be blended with the three of them anyway, like to get
Okay.
my blending effect.
Okay.
Okay, purple and yellow.
Lavender. Light purple. How's that? Light purple.
Doesn't matter. It's purple and yellow. You still want the yellow on the outside edges?
Yeah.
On the tips? Okay. Yep.
Just like the very tips.
Yep. Not a problem. Just the tip, though.
I like
Just the tip. Yeah, just the tip.
black rose
I'm
with
not
the
the-
white pepper look cool too.
Give me a bottle of whiskey and I'll show you my feathers.
Just the tip, though.
Scotch. 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 Gotta be scotch.
What? Annie John's gonna make me a Native American feather. I never said that. I said I was gonna do something for you. Feather related.
Feather related.
Yeah.
Scotch is like drinking rye and licking the ashtray.
No.
Well,
Good. I love me scotch. I like it better than I like bourbon. I'm not a bourbon lover.
oh, bourbon. No.
Well, you know, if you give me a bourbon, a scotch, and a beer, I'll be happy.
Yep.
Just one bourbon, one
One
scotch,
scotch
and
and one beer.
Here. So these are 6. I'm going to go to an 8. Are my 8s in here? My 8s are.
Something happened the night before last. I can't remember what it was though.
Mm-hmm.
Got to fight with this girl. I think these are the 8s.
She'll be lucky if she gets any back rent.
Those are the 8s.
Did I hear Burt Baccarat? What are you talking?
Did you say Burt Baccarat?
Herb, did you say Burt Baccarat?
She'll be lucky if she gets the back rent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It sounds exactly like Burt Baccarat.
Yeah.
I'm like Burt Baccarat didn't sing that. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sitting there going like, what's that got to do with what? Not a Burt Bacharach fan.
John is.
Are you really?
No.
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Herb is pulling your leg.
I don't know how many times we went and saw Thorogood in Winnipeg, and that was just when he was starting out playing these small venues and that in Winnipeg, and oh man, it was great. The guy just absolute energy.
Yeah.
Now he's you can tell he's getting slower, but you know,
He's getting old.
yeah. But back when he was in his, I think the first time I saw him was 1978 or something like that.
I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, and they were lamenting, oh my God, they don't sound like they used to. And I said, yeah, but they're about 40 years older than they used to be. Come on.
Yeah.
My new helper said he saw Ozzy last year or the year before in concert. And he says it's not like back in the 80s when he would actually jump off the stage and stuff. Like he was jumping around, but he might have gotten like 3 inches off the stage. Well, yeah, because he's like 70 freaking years old.
Break every bone in his body.
Yeah, he's gonna break a hip or
Yeah,
something. Like, he's not gonna bite the head of a bat or anything now. He's 70 years
he's
old.
got-
He'll lose his
I am
dentures.
honestly totally shocked that Ozzy is still alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
Not
got
just
some type of.
It's just,
I think he's got some type of Parkinson's, I believe. I think that's what they said he had. His health has gone way downhill really quick.
I will tell you, I'm impressed that him and Sharon are still married.
This is the second go round. They've
Sharon!
been married. They've been married
Uh,
and divorced and married again, I believe.
Ozzy's health has been significantly impacted by Parkinson's. He's got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
He got in
That's
2020.
what I said. Do you not
Conditions.
listen to me?
It's hard hearing you. Sorry. Oh wait, no. He also undergone spinal surgery in 2022. There you go, due to spinal injury.
Because
Or
Wow.
stages.
he was on the 4-wheeler a while back and he broke his back. He almost died several years back at his place in the UK, in England or wherever.
Despite his health issues, Ozzy has expressed a desire to continue performing, including a final Black Sabbath concert. However, he has had to cancel and reschedule some tour dates due to his physical limitations. The band and his management have been careful in planning performances to accommodate his needs. Okay, when's the final Black Sabbath concert happening?
Well, I know that Sharon wants him to retire. She thinks it's time.
Yeah.
Billy Connolly's got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It affects a lot of people.
Black Sabbath, including original members Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. Wow, really? Will be playing a final concert called Back to the Beginning, July 5th, 2025, at Villa Park in Aston, Birmingham. This will be the band's first live performance in 8 years and Osbourne's first in almost 3. You know those tickets are already sold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
You know
yeah.
they are.
Sold out the day they
They were.
hit the.
They were. Yeah, they were probably sold out within the hour.
Oh wait, holy cow! So, final concert with Metallica, Slayer. Who's Metallica? Slayer, Pantera, Giora, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax,
I love Hailstorm.
Mastodon. Holy crap! And a supergroup featuring Guns N' Roses, Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan, Korn's Jonathan Davis, Limp Bizkit's Fred Durst, Wolfgang Van Halen, and Rage Against the Machine's Tom Morello. Holy crap! That's quite the band.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna be a freaking awesome pay-per-view, man. I'm telling you. That wow, that's quite the freaking concert. Even if Ozzy doesn't play, even if he plays one song, right?
Make it worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if his health was really bad, it's probably going to make you shake and wobbly and all. He can sit in a damn chair. I mean, he won't, but you could.
Phil Collins did.
What?
Yeah.
Phil Collins did a concert where he sat in a chair.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he said he was dead.
No, his
Yeah.
son and his son played the drums.
Phil
That
Collins,
was cool.
2007 spinal injury.
Yeah. He ain't got much longer to go. He posted Lily posted a picture of him and her. He's unrecognizable.
But it does say he still played their 2022 farewell concert, Genesis farewell concert though. Oh yeah, there it is. There he is, sitting on a chair.
The Who is touring again.
What?
I remember seeing a Who farewell concert on TV. They called these simulcasts, right? And that was back in the 70s, maybe early 80s. But they fired their drummer, Zach Starkey. Yeah, they fired another drummer.
Didn't Peter Frampton play with the Who? At one time?
I don't think so.
No. Oh, do you know who
why?
Ringo Starr's brother-in-law is?
No.
Birdback wreck.
No. You're
Sure.
Joe Walsh.
Oh,
Really?
no way.
Yep.
I love Joe Walsh.
They're both married to the Bach sisters. They were like models, and that's not your Daisy Duke Bach.
You know, you know why you want to know why I was thinking. You want to know why I was thinking Peter Frampton was in the Who because he played Tommy.
Ah,
Because Peter Frampton played Tommy in the Who's Tommy, right? That's why. That's why I was thinking he was there. Tommy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Tommy,
No. Nope.
Tommy, no.
Joe Walsh is my favorite Eagle who wasn't even really an Eagle, you know? A legal Eagle.
Hey, whatever you say.
And the other one that's gone downhill in Nashville would be like Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
I still like him, but I like his movies.
yeah, he has dementia, Lewy body's
Yeah,
dementia, which is a really.
he,
Well, it's
he
like
does.
If y'all know anything about dementia, but Lewy body dementia is one of the worst forms because they're
Yeah, because I mean, all the videos I've seen, because they have a lot of them on YouTube. His family posts. He doesn't speak in any of them.
we had a client when I was first working in the office for the same company I work for. Girl called in. She's like, "Y'all got to get me out of here. Y'all have to get me out of here right now." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "He's got a gun. He said somebody's after him." And I was like, "Please." So we sent somebody over and got her out of there real quick because that's a dangerous situation. The Viet Cong
Yeah.
was in his living room behind the couch and the chairs. I mean, he was really bad hallucinating. And I told his family that we cannot, in good conscience, that's like, why does he have a gun to begin with? He's got dementia. Why is there a gun in the house? And they're like, well, he's always got a gun. And I was like, yeah, but you need to make sure that he no longer has access to a weapon. I said, that's just dangerous. And the guy was like, well, but he gets mad if we touch him. Wait till he goes
We'll get mad then, because we're going bye bye.
Well, take his firing pin away.
I mean, we could have sent somebody in there that he accidentally shot while he was hallucinating. It wouldn't have been his fault, but he would have been found at fault. And I guess he just didn't get that.
Well, that's why I'm going for my shingles shot, because it's supposedly good for anti-dementia. Anti-Alzheimer's, I guess it is what they found.
I need to go get mine. I
Here,
haven't
buddy.
yet.
Dementia is
I'm
like Alzheimer's.
gonna finish this one cut, and I'm gonna go in for supper. Supper time, man.
Well, we got back just in time, Manny.
I know. That's all right. By the time he comes back, I'll be finished with this hat and started on another one.
Yeah, we'll be back for my show tonight. So saying though,
Well, I've got readings, for instance, from 7 to 9. I don't know why I'm all. I got to pick out something to read tonight because I already finished my book. I think I'm going to read this. Read on my Bad Weather Friend, Dean Koontz's.
Cool. I need to send that one book to you too that you wanted.
Oh yeah, books
Well,
are Well, books are as welcome as yarn for me.
It's a big, heavy, hardback book.
Yeah,
All right.
I have hardbacks, paperbacks, leatherbacks. They're all books.
That's the only one that I had here at the house. I've got
I got started
three
on.
that,
Have you ever read the Automa series, Joe? Dean Kuntz's?
yes,
I love that series. One of the few series
yeah.
I cried through.
I'll
Yeah,
see y'all
but,
later, Sean.
Okay,
All right, Herb.
Okay.
Take care.
See her.
Bye. But I have three other hardback Stephen King books, but they're signed copies, so they're locked up in the safe at Dad's. You can't
Yeah.
have those.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's coming
Sorry.
along
Sorry.
nicely.
Oh, that
There you
looks so
go.
pretty.
There we go.
I like that.
There.
And then we need to
Let's,
do a coloring so you can color it in.
Let's backer 2, 3, 4 layers so far. So
Mhm.
this will be the 5th layer inside, on the top will be the center of the rose.
Cool.
Come
And
on.
that's exactly what I envisioned.
There you go.
Because, I've seen your other work.
All right. So, time for Johnny to go in and get some dinner. Rumbly tumbly.
Won't be as good as mine. Sorry.
Get a rumbly my tumbly.
Oh, man. I love fried cabbage.
Yeah.
Cornbread wasn't bad either.
No. Mm-mm.
So
I
I'll
don't chew
give you
my
guys.
cabbage twice.
Neither do I. Hate doing that.
All right. Well, I will see everybody later on this evening.
John,
There's a
Joe,
sneak
Annie.
There's a sneak peek of something I'm doing for Jeanette.
Oh, pretty.
Oh,
that's a
wow,
cherry.
yeah.
Hey.
That's the feather she's talking about.
It is a Cherokee prayer blessing on the bottom
Cool.
here. So I'll
Really cool.
I'll burn all that in, and I'll do this fancy work there for her.
Oh, pretty.
I love that. Very nice.
John, just as an FYI, I found this out the hard way. You need to get you a grocery bag or something and put over your knitting machine because dust will get down in it and gum it up.
No,
Just
I'll
tell
blow it out every time I use it.
Condensation will make it stick.
Oh, and I'll talk about this tonight too.
Don't wiggle it.
No, I did that for a reason. I'll talk about it tonight on a crochet show.
Okie dokie.
I hope you all had fun. Didn't mean to throw you under the bus, Jeanette.
Yes, he did.
Yes, you did.
But it was done with love, so that's okay.
Well, no, I just wanted to, yes. So there you go. And I gotta clean up out here, and I'll go inside and eat. I'll come back out for our Monday night crochet show. I hope you all had fun. All my 5 viewers I had out there all day. And we'll see
Greg,
you
it was nice
tonight
seeing
for the
you.
crochet show.
Yeah, same here, Annie. Thanks for having me, John.
So take care. Yeah, not a problem, man.
See you later.
Take care. Take care. Have
Bye,
fun. We'll see you all
Bye.
later tonight.
Bye.